yeah, I just wanted to go over some of the software. This is one that I've talked about. Some students actually had requested specifically to know what software they can get for free on campus. So there's lots of different kinds of free. You know how one word can have multiple meanings? That's what I'm talking about here. We talk about, so this bottom kind of software, which I'll talk about last, is actually called, where is it? Oh, it's free as in freedom. That's one definition. There's another definition called free drinks. There's free as in free puppy. And we'll talk a little bit about those. So first of all, though, is the more or less truly free software. Windows 10 is free for every student who comes to campus. And it's not just free for while they're here. It's free from when they install it on their computer, when they go to the store to actually buy it. And they actually just, they go to the web store, put it in their online shopping cart, and then they check out, and it doesn't charge their credit card. So they get it for free that way. And they get that through onthehub.com. They put in Colorado College, they create an account. It's a little tedious, but it is free software. And that's theirs to keep then for as long as they've got that computer that they put it on. So this is a great option for Mac users. Staff and faculty, I'm sorry, it costs us the whopping price of $10. If you already have a Windows computer running Windows 7 or Windows 8, you can get Windows 10 for free anyway on that machine. I'd be happy to help you with that if you'd need that. Another free software package that we offer at CC is Read and Write Gold. This is not just an easy download, though. You actually have to contact an office in order to get that, the Accessibility Resources Office. But this is a really neat piece of software. It will read your screen aloud to you. It will change a bad PDF into a not as bad PDF so that you can copy and paste from it. And there's also tons of study tools in it. And in the coming weeks or months, we will actually get it set up so you can download the software just on your computer without bothering anybody on campus. Read and Write Gold, neat piece of software. Mac and PC compatible too. And of course, Windows 10 is now Mac and PC compatible. You just have to kind of be able to set it up right. And so these two are offered free through CC. Now, one that's free is commercial software, but it's free as long as you're using it to learn. And it's called SAS University Edition. It also takes a little bit of work to set up, but that's the price you pay for free. The full edition of this software is crazy expensive, thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's used for doing large, complex, multi-variable statistical analyses, business analyses. But SAS University Edition, free for everybody. Anybody in the world basically can download this and use it for educational purposes. I don't remember if you actually have to create an account in order to do that. I created one like a year or two ago, and that's why I don't remember if you actually have to create an account for it. So the next free is free for now. As long as you're a CC student or associated with CC, the software is, for all intents and purposes, free. So I'll just open these tabs. These next software packages and software services are actually available via links on the CC website. ChemBioDraw 3D Ultra. If you want to make 3D models of molecules, atoms, and do things like that, this is your software. Now, all you have to do, again, you click on the link down here to download the software. You create an account with Perkin-Elmer. You have to use your CC email address in order to get it. But once you've done that, the software is yours, and as long as you're at CC, you're fine and you can have it. Another one that I haven't tested out yet because I don't know too many people who've graduated and then tell me how it went is Microsoft Office. And this is free for students, faculty, and staff. And what happens is you log into Office 365. You can click the little gear icon, or if you haven't changed the homepage of your Office 365, there should be a link either near the top or near the bottom that says download and install Office 365. You download that, and as long as you're at CC, you're supposed to have that whole Office suite for free. Once you graduate or separate from CC, I'm pretty sure there's no Microsoft police that come and force you to uninstall it from your computer. But I don't know too many people who have actually installed it on a personal computer and then left, and they never come back and tell me how it goes or what happens. So I've asked some of my student workers who are graduating to report back after they graduate and let me know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll hear from them. Probably not. Mathematica is a really powerful software package. Again, it costs hundreds of dollars. People pay hundreds of dollars for this. But what it does is it is a computational multiple, it's like a Swiss Army knife. You can do a lot of things with it if you learn how to use it. You can do programming language within it in order to program Mathematica to do certain things. You can manipulate images, you can manipulate video, you can do demonstrations within it. You can even write papers in it and have mathematical equations embedded in it. One example that was done with Mathematica, a person, not anybody I know, not at CC, was making a documentary on the elements, and they had pictures, 3D models or 3D pictures of the elements embedded in Mathematica. And the company said, okay, we know this is really nitpicky. The producer came and said, I know this is really nitpicky, but can you make each of the models rotate the opposite way? So they were going clockwise, and the producer wanted them counterclockwise. And the guy was like, well, yeah, I think I can do that. And so he goes into Mathematica, does some typing, does some coding, and magico presto changeo to everybody but him. They're rotating the other way, and he emails the files back to the producer. That was amazing. That was like less than a day. How did you do that? Did you have to refilm them all? No, it's Mathematica. Mathematica is very powerful, and now it's connected with the internet. And so if you put in a little equals sign and say molecular model for salt, it will actually download a molecular model for salt and display it for you right in the software. So Mathematica, free for students, faculty, and staff as long as they're associated with CC. QSR and Vivo is now also free for students, faculty, and staff. If you want to do qualitative analyses, if you're doing interviewing with people and you want to mark up the interview to analyze it, you can do that with NVivo. We actually have, there are 3 versions of NVivo available for PC, and there's one version available for Mac. It's, I believe, Starter, Pro, and then Ultimate or Enterprise or something like that. We have Starter and Pro. Starter is, of course, the easier software to get into, but available for free as long as you're at CC. The license needs to be renewed every year, and that's why when you leave CC, after a year or less than a year, the license will expire and you won't have it anymore. Qualtrics is, I don't know, who knows Qualtrics? Do you care? I don't know if I would really call it software, but it's software as a service. It lives online. You can do cool things with it. You can do surveys. You can create forms to get registrations if you want through it. Qualtrics, yet another thing. And the advantage of Qualtrics through CC is that you can get unlimited number of responses. It seems like every year there's a student or two that comes to me and says, I set up my Qualtrics account, but I can only get 100 responses. They set it up in the public free Qualtrics account that is more limited. So Qualtrics available through CC. Lynda.com, of course. Anybody not know what Lynda.com is? Great, everybody. Free for CC. Also, coincidentally, if you are not able to reach me or Linda Petro, who can hook you up with a Lynda.com account, if you have a Pikes Peak Library District card and account, it's also free through the Pikes Peak Library District. You can just go to the website, sign in through their link, and you've got your lynda.com for the day. So that's free for now. This is one of my other kinds of favorite free softwares, Freemium. Anybody want to guess what freemium means?
Free, and then they charge you a premium once you try it.
Free and premium. Very good, very good. It's not always like that. Sometimes you can get a free trial of software. Some of the software is indeed like that, but there's tons of this stuff out there. For example, Prezi we call it freemium because it used to be free for the base amount, and then they changed it. So if you just want to use the regular old account that you created, it's $5 or almost $5 a month billed annually. I think that's kind of terrible that they would do that. But fortunately for us education people, if you use your education account, you can actually convert a regular trial account of Prezi to the EDU Enjoy, which is still free. So there's a special process you have to go through in order to avail of that one. Another kind of freemium model is what we've got going on with Google. Google gives you so many of these things for free, but how do you pay for it? What do you think? Ads. They're showing you ads, and that's how they're making money off of the ads. And so they're able to give it to you for free or for the cost of you viewing ads on everything. What's another thing that Google gets from you?
Big data.
They get the big data. That's right. They get your browsing habits. They get, this is one of the cool Google things, I think. They know where people are getting sick in the United States because people Google their symptoms. And so they can tell where the cold or flu is spreading and how fast it's spreading based on that. And so they get our data and they know your browsing habits, and then they can sell you those ads, and they can charge more for ads because they are targeted to Matthew Cherry, who loves, what do you love that you don't mind sharing?
Pizza.
Pizza. Specific kind of pizza?
Not really.
Just any pizza. There we go. They can sell targeted ads from businesses in Colorado Springs to Matt that are selling pizzas. And so Matt is more likely to buy those. And so they can charge more for the ads. So that's freemium. Another part of the freemium model is that some businesses will provide a free service, but they will charge you for extras. So if you want to have more storage space, they will charge you for it. And they're hoping that enough people will buy the premium model of that, the premium subscription, to pay for their free stuff. And some businesses that actually works. All right, one more or three more different categories. Discounted software. There are different stores online that will actually sell software to anybody with an EDU email address. And sometimes the discounts are great. Now, sorry about that. Adobe does not really participate in these. Good luck finding an Adobe discount greater than the standard, what is it, 15 or 20% off the Adobe Creative Suite. It's like $20 a month if you have an EDU address, which isn't bad, but that's still $240 a year, which in 2 years you would have bought one of the suites and have had it for like 12 years, as long as your computer's still compatible. But these are four of them: studentdiscounts.com, academicsuperstore.com, journeyed.com. CC has done business through JourneyEd. And of course, On the Hub by Kivuto, which is how we get our Windows 10 discount. That's free for students and only $10 for faculty and staff. All right, so there's those four. And finally, let's close tabs to the right. These are my two favorites, by the way. This is my favorite service, and I really like this guy as well. Oh, there it is. So when I have a software package, it comes up a couple times a year. Somebody wants to use Visio, Microsoft Visio. Anybody use Visio? Matt, what do you use Visio for?
Flow charts, org charts, charts.
So charts, you say.
Yeah.
Anything ending in charts. How did IT provide you with that one? The school has bought 2 Visio licenses that we have on record. And every year, one more person hey, can I use Visio? I need to use Visio. I need to make an org chart, or I need to do something else, or somebody sent me this Visio file. We don't have that licenses. I don't even know how much it costs to get these, because there are so many free alternatives or trial alternatives that we can use. So here's Microsoft Visio. I'm just going to look up an alternative to .NET Visio, and let's see what alternatives do we have. So here, for all platforms, so Mac, PC, online, these are some alternatives to Visio. Oh, desktop, mobile as well, and tablet. So there's a program called Dia, YED Graph Editor, Lucidchart, Draw.io, Pencil, LibreOffice, OpenOffice, MindMeister. So many alternatives to try for these. So some of these are online, some of these are desktop.
They're all free.
Several of them are free, but check it out. You can limit it if you want to the license. So I'm going to say free or open source, and that says there are 74 free or open source alternatives to Microsoft Visio. So many of these.
Do you then get into issues with compatibility if you try to share it with someone?
Yes, you can. That's why this is a version of free. It's not going to be the software maybe that you had in mind. Maybe you will run into compatibility issues. Many of these Visio alternatives, though, they will export or at least import something called an SVG file, which is basically just a line drawing, which is really just at its heart just a text file that lists coordinates like latitude and longitude. And so it's going to be compatible with a lot of these. As long as you can export it from the one, you can usually import it into the other. So I love alternative2.net for finding software to do something that I want to do. And finally, I think the ultimate in free software will come from sourceforge.net, or many projects in this kind of software are hosted on sourceforge.net. Now, SourceForge hosts open source software. Can anybody tell me what open source is?
You design software that you put it out there for people to collaborate on.
Yes, but it's not just people to collaborate, it's anybody in the world. And this is free as in freedom, free as in free drinks, free as in free puppy. When I say free puppy is when you get when you receive a puppy or an animal for free, is it really free? Why isn't it free?
Associated costs with keeping the puppy.
Yes, there's training for the puppy, there's shots for the puppy, there's the city registration of the puppy, there's free fleas with the puppy. It's warts and all. It's great for some reasons, but maybe not so much when you have to clean up after it, when you discover that maybe the puppy has a temper issue or doesn't like half of your family or something like that. So open source software can be great. It can also be a little bit more, it can cause more work than it's actually worth. But I really like open source software, and I think it's great, and it can save a lot of money if you're a starving student or just don't want to spend a lot of money to buy a software package that you're only going to use once on one project. All right, so many different kinds of free software, many or several software packages available for free to us in the CC community. Are there any questions?
No, good.
Why don't students want to take advantage of, for instance, the free Windows?
Why don't students want to take advantage of free Windows?
I feel like in the Career Center, we're constantly battling with, I don't have Word. I don't have Word.
Really?
I don't have this. And so they're using some, whatever comes on the, and I don't understand why they're not taking advantage of this.
That is there are two main reasons that I think I've observed. One is ignorance. They simply don't know that they can get this. I mean, how many students do you see in the room here? Oh, none. Sometimes students just don't care unless it's in the minute, unless they need it right then. And they don't know where the resource is or how to get it or that it's even available.
Yeah, but don't they use it for class to write papers?
No. Some students use, I've seen students using OpenOffice or LibreOffice, one of the free open source alternatives. I've seen students using Pages. which is free on your Mac.
Comes on the Mac.
Exactly, which you can export from Pages to Word to make it compatible and play nicely with everybody. So that's one reason. Ignorance, general ignorance. And another reason is that that I've seen is that they just don't want to take the time to set up and learn something different. If Apple has, or well, if any software company has gotten its claws into a child, then that child or person even is less likely to use it, is less likely to switch to something that everybody else is using, or that all the adults are using, or perhaps even just the particular office that they need to work with is using. Microsoft has done a pretty good job of indoctrinating a lot of people to using Microsoft Office as the standard. Like Word, you need to have Word nowadays. But really, I don't think either of those is a valid excuse. I think in this day and age, you need to be able to switch between things. And if the software is free and it's not going to cost you, and you have people on campus who are willing to help you set it up, you could just refer the people to me. I'm happy to help them install Windows or just install Word on their Mac. The great thing, though, about working at another free software package that I didn't mention, but it's included in what we've got. If you sign into, let me see, Outlook. So this is, so we do Outlook, Office 365. Microsoft has a free version of Outlook and Office 365 available online at outlook.com. All you have to do, oh, here it is you click this waffle icon, and there it is. It's a light version of Word, which is totally compatible with regular Word, and it's just there online. You don't download it. You just kind of stream it in your browser, and you can save your documents in there and everything. So this is, oh, this is Delve. I clicked the wrong icon. But Microsoft Word, free online, free for the public, and free for people at CC. So there's really not much of an excuse to not use Microsoft Word or to not give somebody in a document in Word format. Does that answer your question? Yeah. So please refer anybody who, oh, I don't have Word. You can refer them to me. Weston will take care of you.
Appreciate that.
Them at the help desk, they could take care of you too, but Weston occasionally has candy. Matt, did you have a question?
Just feedback-wise, have you heard anything about Windows 10 in favor of, opposed to, I have a touchscreen laptop at home. It's Windows 8 right now, and I was waiting until I finished my last class in school before I upgrade, just in case.
That is a good idea. When is your last class in school?
On Sunday.
So you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Vogelfrei. Let me give you a disclaimer. I didn't find Windows 8 that bad. I didn't have a computer with Windows 8 on it, but I did I did try Windows 8 for a couple weeks on a computer that I borrowed. I used my mom came to visit us, and she had a tablet with Windows 8. It was great. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. Windows.
You stick to it in app mode, or do you switch over to desktop mode?
I used both. I had both. My mom's tablet was just a Dell Venue 8 Pro, one of those 8-inch tablets, and the other one was a really old Windows 7 convertible tablet. The screen would flip, and it was heavy, but I mean it worked fine. Windows 10. The one big complaint or beef I have with Windows 10 is that the updates will come automatically. You can't choose when to update. They're just going to feed you the software, and they're going to update it. And that makes a difference to my neighbor who has been on dial-up this whole time, and she got a new computer, and the dial-up was not really cutting it for her anymore. And so we got her one of those, a wireless Freedom Pop wireless internet card over cell network thing, like 4G data. And she has I think she has 5 gigabytes a month, which pushing Windows updates with very low bandwidth or with a bandwidth limit, that's going to be all her data every month is all the updates. And I don't really like that. That's my complaint about Windows 10. Otherwise, if you have broadband, that's not really going to be a big deal. You can disable most of the privacy terrorist things that Microsoft does, because Microsoft wants to read all of your documents, listen to you, know what your schedule is, read your email, track all the websites you visit, so they can help you see more websites that you want to see, and so they can sell you ads or give you ads that are relevant to your interests, and so that they can say, so when you say, hey Cortana, give me an appointment at 5 o'clock today to have dinner with my friend, it'll just put it in your calendar for you. But it only does that by knowing your voice and knowing your friends and their contact information and all of that. So you can disable most of the privacy scary things that Microsoft wants to do. So in your case, I would probably do it after July. I think it's July 1st. It's not going to be free anymore, but right now it's free. So yeah, I would do it. Same question?
Yeah, I have a PC with Windows 8, and I was waiting to update it until I could work on it if something went wrong.
Well, the secret that I read is that if you do upgrade to Windows 10, you've got like 30 days before the files that it saved are deleted. So it's supposed to save those your previous operating system and settings right there on the computer, as long as you don't erase your computer and then install Windows 10. If you just do an in-place upgrade, it's supposed to save that so you can have second thoughts and go back to it. Supposed to. I have not tried that yet, so I wouldn't count on that. Other questions? Ooh, well, happy May. Happy May 3rd. Thursday is password day, by the way. Please take a stylus, business card, and be sure to set yeah. So my presentation's over, but I thought this was really cool. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a website, howsecureismypassword.net. This is great. If you want to find out how strong your password is, you can come up and type it in on this computer. That it doesn't send the password anywhere. It just does the computation on my computer in the website.
Yeah.
Enter your username and password.
I'm totally
What
gonna
you're
use
gonna use it for?
So here, so you have, if you want to test this securely on your own, you could just test it on like a library public computer, because this is not asking for my email address or anything. And yeah, so or you can just think of your password and then change it slightly, use a different number, use a different word that's the same length. This is yeah, super easy to remember. Here, I'm just going to type in the word password. Yeah. Oh, wait.
The trick is finding one that you can remember.
Yeah, but 300 microseconds. Well, I totally remember this really long password because it's just words. It's words. One of them's capitalized, and then there's a number in there.
Yeah, that was a great tip that I hadn't thought of before, was make it a phrase instead of.
That's right. Let's say I space love space tech space Tuesday. That's my new password.
See, and then I'm thinking, do I really want to type that every time? Because typing my email address is bad.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, thank you guys for coming. Be sure to come next week. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm tossing between Google Cardboard or the Pechakucha web apps, or Pechakucha, which is what I've done in the previous years. Yeah, but Google Cardboard's really neat, and I'm really excited.
Briefly,
So
to get me excited.
the